Hi, my name is Keith Cooper of Northlight Images. This video is about an exercise you can easily do to improve how you look at your prints. Why do I say it improves how you look at your prints? Getting better at printing entails actually looking at them in detail, looking for things that may be wrong or not so good, equally things that are good that you like in the prints, and that is a skill that you have to learn. Yes, you can look at prints and just go, oh, that doesn't look right. Another one, oh, that looks better. But it really helps if you can go through a process. And this can be as detailed, as rigorous as you like, however suits you. I'm going to suggest using the downloadable test image I've got on the Northlight Images website. That's a courtesy of Datacolor, who let me host this. And this is that image printed. Now, I've printed it using Epson print layout on an ET-8550, but it doesn't matter, Canon, Epson, any printer you like, whatever you use for your prints. This is a basic exercise which you can do, and over time it should help you more critically analyze the quality of your prints so that from a technical point of view they look great. Whether they look great from a composition point of view, storytelling point of view, or anything else is not covered by this. That's something you have to go and do elsewhere. This is about getting the prints right, because remember that in a print-based workflow it is the print that counts, not what it looks like on screen. Now there it is, opened in Epson print layout. I could use Canon PPL if I was printing this on a PRO-310, 300, something like that, or any other printer, however you normally print. And I've also got, and this is on the download page, there is a lengthy description of all the different features that this print encompasses, and there are lots of them. It's why I normally choose to print this on A3 or slightly larger, purely because it's easier to see all the different features in it. You'll need a hand lens or something like that. You'll also need to look at your prints with some good lighting, ideally, or at least the lighting you normally use. I've got this Ilfolux lamp here. This is USB powered. It's variable lighting, variable color temperature. I haven't got it on here at the moment because it doesn't quite match the color temperature I use when I'm shooting videos. But here's the process. You make 2 prints. Now, it also helps if you write on the back of them if they're quite similar, and these are 2 prints made on a recent matte paper I looked at. One uses the VFA media setting and profile, and another one uses the Epson matte media setting and profile. Now these are different. They're not very different, and in fact if I show them here, and this is very difficult on video, you'll probably, I don't know, you may see, oh, I'll find out when I edit the video, you may see a slight difference between them. The idea is to make these 2 prints and then go through the procedures here, and it is just a big long list of each panel here has specific aspects. So very saturated artificial and natural colors here, shadow detail in some of these, skin tones, some darker tones, the tones in the sunset down the bottom here, some of the colors in here. These images are fairly carefully put together to be critical and difficult to print. On a good print setup, they should be right. Now, the idea is not necessarily to go through in absolute detail, but really to look at these 2 prints under good lighting and make sure you get your lighting levels right if you want to be a bit more serious about this. This is a light meter. I believe these are about $15, 10 quid. You can pick these up for online. This is an S8608. I've done videos about using this, about light levels and things like that. So you want to do that. You want to carefully look at these. And what I would suggest is actually making notes. That's fair enough, so you've looked at it. Don't expect, incidentally, to see lots of differences if the prints are already good. The better your printing is, the harder it will be normally to see differences. So hence I've deliberately chosen 2 different profiles on the same paper here. I know they're both good profiles. On this particular paper, there's a double-sided matte from Media Range. I looked at this recently. On the 8550, the Epson matte one produces slightly richer blacks, and also the colour gradation is slightly better. Now, there are all sorts of details on this. It doesn't matter, this is just an example. So you do that, you think, right, okay, I looked at those prints. What do you do next? Well, do the same thing tomorrow. Leave it and come afresh to the prints and look at them the next day. Do you notice anything different? Have you changed your mind? Do you see more problems between them? Incidentally, write what they are on the back so that you don't know when you're looking at it. And if you want to carry this on to the next stage, what you then do is, maybe after the next day, put one print in one room and the other print in another room. Take your light with you if need be, but go and have a look at a print, look at it, then go to the print in another room, have a look at it, and see if you can spot differences. It's relatively easy to spot differences under good lighting when you've got two prints next to each other like that. Put them 6 feet apart, it's more difficult. Put them in different rooms and you'll realise that what we see in a print is often not all the technical detail, what looks better in fine detail here, but the actual look of the print. By all means, repeat this with one of your own images. But even though I've got an awful lot of images I could choose, I still use this test image because this test image has dozens and dozens of features of it for specifically looking at different things. And now I've done these. I've printed both of these at relative colorimetric. You could try using the wrong profile. You could try using the wrong media setting. Or if you've got multiple profiles, you could print it on 2 different profiles for the paper. You could even, if you're having difficulty spotting differences, print it on 2 different papers. If you really want to see the differences, print one on a semi-gloss gloss paper and print one on a matte paper. That is where, putting them next to each other, you'll really notice the difference. Put them in 2 different rooms and go in and look at them, and you'll realise that the differences are not that much when you see a print on its own. Put a matte print next to a gloss print and it will often look a little lacking. Present a matte print on its own, it can look great. Depends on the image. Works for some images, other images it doesn't. So there you have an exercise to do. You just have to make 2 prints. Do remember to label them. Go through the process. It doesn't matter if, there's an awful lot of things in this list that you can go through, but you're trying to train your perception of looking at prints, and it's one of those things that a lot of people really don't do. They look at prints, there you go. They don't look at the details. Now, as I said, it is important to see the print as a whole, but it's also important to see those little details. Shadow detail, for example. Strong colours, are they represented? Gradients, are they smooth? All different things like that. Get those right, and then if you make a print of one of your own images and it looks wrong, you'll know perhaps it's a rubbish image, because rubbish images make rubbish prints no matter how well you print them. Always remember that. It is the image itself that makes the impression that most people see. Most people don't see these faults. If you're looking at them and you're curious about getting the best printing, it also explains why, once you've done this, have a look at it on screen and you'll realise why print and screen are 2 totally different things. Anyway, I hope that, or a variation of the process, is of some use and helps a few people just ratchet their print quality up that bit. Takes a bit of work, but well worthwhile. Anyway, any questions, please do let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.